everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me this week. So this week is part 2 on creating your own Canvas app on Pro. I've decided to create another app. I did create one called Concept Bridges last week, which is quite fun, but I think this is going to be a lot more useful this week. So if you're interested in finding out how to use the Canvas app and create your own app on Pro, then please keep on watching. Okay, so last year I released a book called AI Powered Pedagogy, and it was in June 2024, and I separated the book into 3 parts. So the first part was really about institutional frameworks and helping schools and educational institutions create and develop different protocols and guidelines. Part 2 was about helping educators and teachers streamline their workflow and also try and develop their own creativity. And part 3 was about AI-infused student projects and really help students use AI, teach them digital literacy, and teach them those really important critical thinking skills. So in the book, I talk about lots of different scenarios and ethical scenarios and how to address them. And in my workshops, I've been giving teachers different ethical scenarios to discuss and address and then to come up with some kind of action plan. So I have these cards already. They're in a physical form and a PDF. And I thought I would just show you how I digitize them by using the Canvas app creator. Okay, so let me just move over here. So here I've got the app creator. Now, how did I actually get that? So, okay, so if you actually go into Poe, so I'm going to go into Poe here, and you can create apps. So here I've pressed, let me just move myself over here so you can see, I've pressed create app, and then you go into the app creator. So let me go back, and I've saved some time by putting in my different prompts and revising my prompts so that we're not here for a long time looking at all the prompt revision. Okay, so here I've got the app creator, and what I've done is it gives me instructions, describe your idea, key features, and I help you build it. And then you can follow up to request any changes, click publish to finish creating your app. So I have hit published, and I did share this on social media last week. So I hope that you found these cards, these ethical scenario cards, useful. So what I did was I had these cards already in a PDF format, which I had physical cards made. Can you turn these ethics card scenarios into interactive cards that teachers can flip over and they can randomly assign? Okay, so it's thinking now. So I have to share that I went through 13 iterations to get the perfect cards. So you are going to have to edit your prompts, because what was happening was that I didn't get a nice picture in the front, and I can show you all those different iterations. Here it's sharing the thinking, interactive application, display the scenario cards, allow teachers to flip, randomly assign scenarios. So let's plan. So here is the code change plan here. Okay, they'll use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, card flip animations using CSS, and then a clean education focus UI. So since I am creating a new application, not modifying existing code, I'll write a completely new code. So here, let me extract the scenarios from the PDF content. So I think it's 16 scenarios for all different grade levels, and there's references to the pages in my book to read up as well. And each scenario has a description, some page references to my actual book, and also a how might we question to evoke some discussion in a group. So if you wanted to use these cards in your school in a group situation. So here I'll create an interactive card deck, and then I got the first iteration. So there's all the code. Now, the first iteration wasn't great, so let me just move over and show you that first iteration so that you can see. I don't think I'll go through all 13. Okay, so here you can see I've had 13 iterations. Let's just click on HDMI1. So you can see they were really plain. There was no pictures, no coloring, but they did extract the information. And when I flipped the card, it really did give me, exactly what was on my cards. And if I randomly select, it will just select this one, for example. Okay, so I went through quite a few iterations just to get the colors right. So let's just jump to 13 because we don't want to see all the different iterations. And it might be, let me just scroll down here as well. I'll move myself over. Let me just scroll down. So this is the conversation that I had. This probably took about 15 minutes in total because it was pretty quick at coding and creating these cards. And I just thought these are going to be better to use in the digital form. So here, my last prompt for version 13. Let me just show you. Okay, when we flip over the cards, some of the scenarios and discussion questions are cut off. So what was happening was we were flipping the card and then the actual discussion questions and scenario was below the card and it was covered by the card below. So I don't know what happened there. So they cut off, make sure you can fit them all on the back of the card. And so that was the last prompt and iteration, number 13. And then you can see I wanted to improve the visual style as well, clean design. Okay, so let's have a look at them. I uploaded an image as well, which is based on the cover of my book. And I wanted to number each of the scenarios. So if we just click on any of these, they're all numbered. That's number 1. AI in group projects is number 2, so that we know which one we're talking about. And then if we wanted to randomly select a card, here it's chosen number 11. So what does number 11 say? A group of teachers enthusiastically adopts AI writing assistants for classroom use while others refuse, citing concerns about academic integrity. This creates inconsistency in instruction and assessment across grade levels. So that reference page 29 to 44 from my book. And then the how might we question that we can discuss is how might school leaders establish a unified approach to AI use that addresses both innovation and ethical concerns. Okay, and that's a really nice visual. Let's just randomly select one more so that you can see what this comes up with. 7. Okay, so this is about AI in storybooks and images. First graders use an AI tool to create their own storybooks, including generating AI images. While the stories are creative, many of the AI generators inadvertently reinforce cultural stereotypes. So this is page 171 to 188 of my book. And the discussion question is, how might we foster creative AI storytelling while mitigating stereotypes in AI generated images? And then, of course, we would ask teachers in groups to come up with an action plan and to discuss that question and how to address this particular scenario. So if I actually go to explore apps, let's just see if I can find it. It's AI powered pedagogy. And there we go. There it is. So you just search AI powered pedagogy JCW and the app is there. I'll just move myself out of the way. So the URL is really nice and neat too. It's po.com. Then there's AI powered pedagogy JCW. And now you can use these cards with your colleagues to discuss like different ethical situations. And if you want some more information, please feel free to read the page reference numbers from my book. Okay, so that was me creating another Canvas app using Poe, and I thought this was a lot more useful. The concept bridges wasn't too bad, and I really liked the ideas for the questions and the inquiry questions that it came up with. But I think just creating these digitized scenario cards for teachers to use and then to discuss so that we can develop some kind of evolving unified AI policy when it comes to AI ethical use is probably more useful. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I really hope that you find these cards useful and I hope to see you next time.